Ernie Harris, and this is Courtside. I'm joined with head coach John Walker for the Rhea County High School boys basketball team. Courtside is proudly sponsored by First Bank. Community banking gives you the win, the local team that cheers you on. Local bankers who know your name and celebrate you in all life's big wins. To experience the First Bank difference, visit 1525 Market Street in downtown Dayton or call 423-775-1522. First Bank, member FDIC. Well, Coach Walker, I appreciate you being here once again for joining us. You were here 2 weeks ago. Last week was Coach Vest, Lady Eagles coach. But once again, thanks again, Coach.
Well, Ernie, I appreciate you guys putting this stuff together for us, and First Bank for sponsoring it, and
all right.
You know, getting able to showcase our kids. I think it's a really neat thing in our community.
Well, we're proud to do it there, Coach, and very happy to do it. Coach, since last time we've talked, we've had several games. We're going to touch base for the fans that perhaps missed the scores or the game recaps. We'll start with, last time we talked, the next game you had was Stone Memorial, which was actually played on Friday, January 29th, Coach. They got you by 7, but you battled the whole way.
Yeah, I think we led most of the way, as a matter of fact, that night, and it's one of those games where it's back and forth, and I think that really speaks to like how our kids are competing at this point in the season. And you know, Keaton Ray had 23 points that night. He had 25 the first time we played against them, and you know, I think he really enjoyed competing against those guys those 2 times we played. And you know, Keaton's a left-handed kid, and I think that kind of might give some people some matchup problems. And he hit some threes that night, which you know, kind of loosened up the D for us a little bit. And you know, both he and Austin Brackett and Amari Roddy and Tyler Dupree had to guard guys much bigger than that night in that matchup. And you know, that was we had them on the ropes. We were probably 2 or 3 plays away from breaking through and beating them.
Yeah, and that was up in Crossville at Stone Memorial, right? Yeah. The final score of that game was 59-52, and like you said, Keaton Ray led the Eagles 23 points and 10 rebounds, Coach. He had 10 rebounds, also hitting the boards. Yeah,
he's rebounds at a pretty good clip. You know, he's put together well, and he's worked hard in the weight room, and he's a pretty athletic kid.
Yeah. It shows on the court.
Absolutely.
Very nice. Next up, Rhea County played on February 1st, Monday, February 1st, excuse me. The Chattanooga Patriots came calling here at Rhea County High School. You guys got the win, Coach, 82-55. That was actually the night before senior night, but you got the win. How'd that feel to get that win, Coach?
Wow, it was great for our kids. I was really proud of them. You know, you do this because you like kids and you want to impact kids, and to be able to see them smiling and being able to enjoy that was really special for us.
Very nice. Anybody stand out for that game?
Yeah, we had 3 guys in double figures. Caleb Martin had 16, Bryce Dupree had 15, Austin Brackett had 12. Wow. Then Keaton Ray, Rex Pendergrass both had 9, and Amari Roddy had 8. So we had a lot of guys. We had, you know, almost had 6 guys in double figures, and you know, that shows you that they share the basketball. And defensive effort was really good that night. We created some turnovers, and we're able to capitalize on that also.
Yeah, points off turnovers are good anytime you can do that, Coach.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you almost had 6 guys in double digits, 3 in double digits, and 3 just on the bubble. Very, very nice. Caleb Martin, you mentioned, he's been almost your leading scorer all season. He's a freshman. We've talked about him before. So good win over the Chattanooga Patriots.
Yeah, it was, and it was great to break through finally there for him. And if you got 3 kids in double figures, and then you got 3 kids with 6, 8 rebounds apiece, which we did also. That's we're playing some good defense in that game, and we're going to capitalize on those turnovers, like we said, and executing offensively.
Right. I do want to point out to the fans, Coach, and we've talked about it in post-game interviews, the Eagles have lost 6 games by 7 points or less. You guys have been competitive all season, and even the Stone Memorial first game, you were up by 2 at half here in Rhea County. They just took advantage of some foul trouble kids and just hit a few shots there, late in the game. But you guys have been on the cusp of winning more games than your record indicates.
Yeah, we have, and and I think that's something we talked about last time.
Right.
Is that's such a testament to these kids and their character and the way they're being raised, and just they're competitive, and that will keep you in so many games if your kids if they'll fight for each other, and they'll fight together. That's such a big deal. Now, you still got to go out there and make enough plays to win, and you got to score the ball enough to win, make the right plays at the right time, which I feel like we have been so close to doing that so many times this year.
I agree. Very close. Next up was Tuesday, February 2nd. You guys hosted Senior Night. Cumberland County came calling on Senior Night. Your top scorer was Cooper Ruehling, 14 points, Coach, senior. But how did it feel to honor those seniors that night?
It was great. They're 4 great kids, as you guys will see later on in the interview here. They are so connected to each other, and they play so hard, and they lead together.
Right.
And I was so happy that Cooper Ruehling kind of broke out right there, and he went 4 for 6 from the 3. Hit some big shots in that game for us to to keep momentum going. He had 5 rebounds, and that's pretty good from his point guard position.
Yeah,
5 rebounds,
point guard getting 5 rebounds. That's good for any night.
And we're able to honor Keaton Ray, Amari Roddy, and Kade Vincent also that night. And, it was fun getting to see those guys and being able to pull them off the floor all at the same time. Student section did a great job honoring them as they came off. They got loud there for a little while.
That's a good point, Coach. Due to Governor Bill Lee's lifting of restrictions and so forth, regular fans were able to come and see, especially Senior Night. That night, the timing was perfect. Grandparents and students alike. So that was very nice.
Yeah, we were glad we were able to get right back in the gym, and obviously been a very odd year with the COVID stuff, and the seniors and I were actually talking before the season got going, like, hey, look, we got to make sure we take care of every day, because you don't know what's going to end up happening.
That's true, and I pointed out, we've talked about it, other teams in your district have at least 9 or 10 more games than you guys as far as played, but you were all 4 or 5 weeks shut down, so it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast, so to speak. It happened.
And what's great about it is our kids have really taken a hold of that and continue to work hard, and they got both feet in, and it's we got Friday coming up at Cookeville, and then we're going to turn around and go back to Cookeville on Tuesday. And in the district playing game.
That's true. Cumberland County beat Ray County that night, 86-55 on Senior Night. Next up, you guys, this past Friday, you went to Warren County, Coach. Warren County, Class A, 6A, Mr. Football, did some damage. He scored 38 on you guys. He's quite an athlete, and I put this in my game story. He proved he was an athlete on the football field as well as basketball court as well. Most kids that can do that are great athletes.
And he's a left-handed kid, which is again a pretty tough matchup. He hit some shots that night, which our game plan was to make him hit shots, and he did. And then in the middle of the fourth quarter, they're up 2. We don't want to sit in a zone. We got to get out and guard them, and they got 3 guards that are really, really difficult to keep in front of you. And then that we had to put him on the foul line, and I think he hit 13 free throws that night.
He did.
That's where he made a lot of his hay that night.
Ray County was up. You led most of the game, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And then he scored. C.J. Taylor scored 25 of his 38 in the second half, Coach. Like you said, he did some damage at the free throw line as well.
And they were in first place in the district. They're tied for first place now. And that was such a testament to our kids going in there. And I think we were up 8 at halftime, up 9 at some point in the third quarter, and then we didn't have a great fourth quarter, obviously, but that's just they're going to compete. Our kids are going to compete, and we're proud of that.
Yeah, very nice. Caleb Martin led with 23 points, Coach. You got 23.
Yeah, he had 23 and 4 rebounds, and he was 5 of 6 from the 3.
Wow.
Which I think he was 4-4 in the first half.
Yes, I knew he was very hot in the first half, but wasn't sure exactly his actual stats. Very nice. Bryce Dupree came in with 12 points. Keaton Ray, fellow senior to the other three seniors. Keaton Ray had 11, Coach.
Yeah, and those are our three guys that scored probably in the double figures.
Right.
You know, when we do, and Bryce did a great job for us coming in there as a freshman and handling that. And Keaton's up against a kid that's probably 6'3", 6'4", big-bodied kid, and he did a great job scoring it in there. We played against zone pretty much the whole night, and he does a lot for us, catching it in the high post and getting it distributed.
You're referring to number 24?
Yes.
Warren County. Yeah, he was a big guy. I'd say he also played football.
Yeah,
as well. He did. Just based on his size. Getting some boards also for you guys. Tyler Dupree had getting 8 rebounds.
Yeah, he had 9 points and 8 rebounds.
9 points, 8 rebounds.
Which is a pretty good night against the zone there. He's playing in below the zone back there, and he was again having to guard number 24 also. Right. So he's, Tyler's coming on for us, and we're looking forward to him finishing out this year real strong.
Tyler's a junior.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah, Tyler's a junior. Amari Roddy had getting 5 rebounds, and Caleb Martin had 4 on the night, Coach.
Yeah, and those guys do a lot of our rebounding. Those 4 guys we mentioned, Roddy and Amari, and then Tyler and Caleb and Keaton. So those guys probably lead us in rebounding every night. And Amari's probably averaging 5 or 6 rebounds if I had to put it together. But those guys get in there and mix it up.
Amari, I noticed lately also, Coach, along with averaging 5 to 6 rebounds a night, he's been averaging about 5 or 6 points, almost 8 points lately.
Yeah, he's coming on
in the scoring production.
Yeah, and he's probably getting 2 or 3 of those buckets from offensive rebounds a lot of times.
Putback,
which is great. It's another opportunity for us to score. And he's starting to kind of find his way a little bit, and he's coming on.
Very nice. Any other thoughts on the Warren County game?
Yeah, I was very proud of the kids. I mean, it's just it's fun to coach a group of kids that will compete like that for you.
Right.
And then obviously having the lead, we want to try to build on that and continue to take care of those opportunities when we have them, like we did the previous Friday at Stone. We want to take care of that.
Right. I got you. Plus, being on the road is also always very challenging.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you're on the road, it's a challenge in itself.
Well, and in this district, there's some good places to play.
Yeah.
Sparta is a pretty tough place to win. And Benville's got a good atmosphere. And in Stone, I think they probably play the best at home compared to anybody in the district.
I agree. Speaking of McMinnville, Warren County was Tuesday, February 9th, a couple days ago. They won 84-44. Mr. Basketball finalist and Ole Miss signee, Grant Slatton, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, had 33, Coach. Did some damage.
Yeah, he did, and that was White County at Sparta, and they're a tough matchup. I'll just tell you. Slatton, you got to put a bunch of emphasis on him when you're preparing.
Right.
Because he doesn't shoot a lot of threes. He scores a lot of points in the paint, so you got to figure out how to keep him out of the paint. And Caleb Martin actually guarded him that night, and he did a pretty good job. But the kid's shooting over him, and it's a tough matchup for anybody, obviously. And then they got a couple other kids that can really score also. So when you put the emphasis on Grant, then you got to figure out what to do with the other guys.
Yeah, I agree. He had 18 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So and they were all 2s.
Right.
Or a couple of free throws and all 2s. I didn't see any 3s at all.
Yeah,
like you said, he doesn't really shoot the 3.
And to be honest with you, he's probably going to win Mr. Basketball from what we can kind of look at and see with the other finalists. But he would get my vote. I don't get to vote, but he's a really, really special player.
This says a lot about this district, Ray County's District 6 AAA. Back-to-back nights, you played Mr. Football. He actually won it, Tennessee Class 6A. And then Tuesday, you played Mr. Basketball finalist.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that say about your district, Coach?
It's a very, very strong district, I would call it.
Yeah.
And they play a lot of basketball in that area, in those areas. And it's very evident when you get there because the gym's packed at 6 o'clock for the girls' game a lot of times, and the girls' district's very good also.
Yeah.
And it's a good district, and the great part about it is the other 4 coaches are class acts. They're good folks, and it's good to go see them and talk to them, and you can always share information with them, and they really try to help you out.
Very nice. Kayla Martin also led that night. Your usual 3, pardon the expression. Kayla Martin had 16. Bryce Dupree, once again, fellow freshman, had 8, and Keaton Ray had 5.
Yeah.
That's your top 3 scorers, Coach. Top 3 rebounders. I had Martin with 8. Tyler Dupree, once again, with 7, and Amari Roddy, 5.
Yeah.
Like we said, averaging 5 and 6 rebounds.
Yeah, and that's probably close to their averages, 6, 8, and 6, or something like that. Those guys rebound the ball well.
Very nice. Any other thoughts on White County? You just want to put it behind you?
Yeah, put that one behind. Be good.
Okay. Next up, Friday, February 12th, you're at Cookeville on the road with the Cavaliers. Your first meeting was 80-56 here at Ray County. Cookeville is 13-10, 3-4 in the district, and they just beat Warren County on Tuesday night, Coach.
Yeah, they beat the team in first place in the district, and they gave White County everything they wanted a couple times they've played. They got healthy. They had a kid out, and he got healthy. His first game back was actually against us, and I think he's a really, really nice player. He's their point guard. And that they are very talented offensively, and it's going to be something that we got to figure out how to get them stopped and not let them get that momentum.
They had good shooters that night. They hit a lot of threes.
Yeah, they did. I think they hit 11 in the first half.
Yeah.
And I was talking to another coach in the district today, and they had like 5 against them the whole game.
Wow.
So it's one of those things where we're going to have to cover that and not give them great looks.
They actually had a couple of freshmen, didn't they?
They did.
Shooters.
They did. Their point guard is a freshman. He's the kid that came back. And then Coach Hurd, who's the head coach at Cookeville, his son also starts for them, who's a freshman. Those groups of kids have been playing together for a long time.
Very nice. That's Friday, this Friday. Follow along on our Facebook page for score updates. We'll bring you score updates that night. Coach, I know your district tournament's coming up. Do we know any more about that?
Yeah, we're locked into the 5-4 game, or the 5th seed. And we're playing at Cookeville on Tuesday night. Not sure about a time yet. We have our district meeting on Monday coming up. And then Coach Vest I believe he'll be going to McMinnville to play Warren County.
On the same night.
On the same night, but we're not sure about times yet, because I think they set that district-wide when it starts. But if any more information comes out, obviously we'll get that to you.
All right, and we'll put that up on our Facebook page as well, as far as dates and times. Well, thank you, Coach, for joining us. Anything else you want to add?
I'll just thank you guys for coming out and coming to talk to our kids. I think it's great to get them out there and let people get to know them.
Okay, I appreciate it very much. And we'll be back with our 4 senior Eagle basketball players after this brief message from our sponsor, First Bank.
Community makes us stronger together. How strong? Together, we can lift our whole community, pull our entire town through, break down walls, pave a way for change, even move mountains. Get the strong advantage of a community bank. At First Bank, giving back carries a lot of weight. No wonder local banking gives you more pull. First Bank, community strong.
And we're back with Amari Roddy, senior basketball player. Amari Roddy, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming on today. Amari is a multi-sport athlete here at Ray County High School. Amari, you play football, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Free safety, did well for the Eagles this year. They were 10-2. Now he's big man down low, getting some rebounds, and almost double digits every game, Amari.
Yes, sir.
How's that feel?
Feels great. We go hard at practice, and then when we go on the court, and we just execute what we have to do, all our plays, and just work hard every day to get better.
Very nice. The last few games, I noticed you've also picked up your point production. You've had, early on in the season, you were just grabbing the rebounds, but here lately you've gotten about 5, 6, averaging about 5, 6 points a game, sometimes 8, I think.
Yes, sir.
How's that feel? You like scoring or getting rebounds better?
I like getting rebounds. It makes me work harder.
Very nice. Amari is a multi-sport athlete, as I just covered. What is the biggest challenge as a multi-sport athlete at Rhea County High School, Amari?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I have a challenge, but like it makes me work harder because I know I have to have 2 sports, and it just makes me grind each and every day, get better.
Right. I'd say making that transition is a little tough to get those, I guess basketball shaped legs in, but you made that adjustment very well,
yes,
very nicely, as did other multi-sport athletes here at Rhea County High School. So football or basketball, Amari, what's your favorite
I'll say
sport?
football.
Football?
I like to be like physical.
Okay.
I'd say football for sure.
You did lay a few good hits there on the football field this year,
Yes,
and
sir.
also had a few interceptions as well.
Yes, sir.
So football, very nice. What's your senior year season or senior night mean to you? What's it mean to you?
It means a lot to me because it knows like my time's coming up. Like I need to like appreciate that time more. So it means really a lot to me.
Okay, senior night was at here at home on February 2nd against Cumberland County High School. How did it feel to be honored like that?
It felt great to be honored with my teammates and everybody that came and support us. It felt great. And
Very
it was
nice.
A very exciting game too.
Do you have a favorite moment at Rhea County High School, RCHS, on the field or on the basketball court? Do you have a favorite moment?
It's probably against Walker Valley when I got those 2 interceptions when we were down.
Yep.
Pretty clutch.
I believe he's referring to the Walker Valley football game this past year. We had 2 picks. Rhea County was down 14 points and scored 17 unanswered for the win. So that's definitely a favorite moment for sure. Amari, future plans or goals after high school?
I'll probably be attending Maryville College to play football.
Maryville College to play football. Wow. Are you dead set on that? Or okay, very nice. Well, congratulations on that. And Amari, any other words about being an Eagle?
This feels great to be an Eagle.
Very nice. I appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.
Next up is fellow senior Cooper Ruehling, a fellow senior to Amari Roddy. Senior basketball Cooper Ruehling, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you joining us today. Cooper is another multi-sport athlete. Well, all the seniors are. Cooper plays golf, 4-year golf guy, 4-year soccer player, and 2-year basketball player. Cooper, how's it feel to be a multi-sport athlete at Rhea County High School?
It's been a blessing. There's a lot of seasons of life where you're on a bunch of different teams. There's a lot of team chemistry with a bunch of different people throughout the school, and it's been a blessing to be able to know all these kids and just be able to play with them.
I'd say you got to meet a lot of different kids. I mean, 3 different teams over a 4-year span. That's a lot of people.
It is, and each one's a different environment,
right. And
it's just so fun to be a part of it, and just different guys and just a different atmosphere for each sport, and it's just so fun.
Yeah, they're definitely different. I mean, soccer's constant motion. Basketball, you get to pause momentarily. Golf is definitely pausing in between shots. Do you have a favorite sport out of all 3 of those?
Probably soccer. I've played it the longest. I've played it since 6th grade.
Okay.
And it's just the sport that I picked up really quick, and I've rolled with it ever since.
You had to be in super great shape to play soccer. That's
something like that.
That's my thoughts on that. And it shows on the basketball court as far as your quickness. You're a point guard. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Point guard, you get a lot of steals. I noticed Tuesday night you had several steals, and you bring the ball up the court. So, Cooper, what's your senior season or senior night? Senior night was last week, Cumberland County. What has it meant to you? And not just necessarily basketball, but other sports as well.
So coming into this year, there's a lot of uncertainty just with COVID and everything.
Right.
We didn't know if we were going to get to have a basketball season.
Right.
And so just half of our season got canceled, and luckily we got to come back and make up a lot of games. And so just the fact that we got to come and do what we could, although it's not a normal, typical year for us, we've made the best out of it, and it's been a blessing just to be able to get with the little time that we had due to COVID, just to make the best of that. So
I agree. When people, we talk about sports and local fans at games and such, I always say, Cooper, I'm just glad the kids are beginning to play sports. So it has been a blessing in that aspect. They have been playing, and that's wonderful. I'm grateful for y'all. And favorite moment at RCHS, on or off the field or court or golf course? Do you have a favorite moment at all? I know that's three sports is a lot.
Favorite moment would probably be my freshman year. Our soccer team, we made it to the region semifinals against Cleveland, and we went to extra time, and we ended up getting the golden goal. And we ended up beating them. It was a fun game. It was both sides back and forth. Both had spurts of we might score, might not, and it was kind of misty and just one of those things where when you finally got it in, when we finally put it in the net, it was just such a weight lifted off because we were guaranteed the region championship and then our first sub-state game as a school for soccer.
That's right. Older brother Carson Ruehling was on that team as well, and you guys played Blackman, I think, in the sub-state or sectional. So that must have made an impression. You were a freshman, and you played 3 more years since. So that's definitely a great story and great memory. Cooper, do you have any future goals or plans after Rake County High School?
After I graduate, I'm going to be signing with Brian to play soccer up there. I'm going to major in Christian ministries and finish my schooling up there and my soccer career, and then after that, we'll see where God takes me.
Very nice. Congratulations on that. Also, your brother is at Bryan College also on the Bryan College, Bryan College roster. So that's wonderful. Any other thoughts on Rake County High School experience for you?
It's been fun. Each year, you get to grow, and I think looking back on freshman year, just even the fact that I had a man bun and just the, just the difference that I am as a senior than I am as a freshman. It's just everybody here has played a role in who I am now, and I'm so thankful for it, and I'll still be around. So
very nice, very nice. Well, Cooper, we appreciate you joining us today on Courtside. Next up, we're joined with Kade Vincent, also another senior. And we're joined now with Kade Vincent, senior point guard for the Rake County High School Golden Eagle basketball team. Cade, thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
I appreciate you being there. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. It's an honor. It's an honor to have you here, sir. Cade is a multi-sport athlete, as all the Rake County High School senior basketball players. Cade, you play basketball and soccer. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You played basketball all 4 years.
Yes, sir.
And soccer for 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Spring season's approaching. It'll be your 3rd year. What is your biggest challenge as a multi-sport athlete at Rake County High School, Cade?
Probably just like balancing everything. Because I've maintained a pretty good GPA throughout high school.
Right.
So just having work all the time, and then also having to practice. You also don't have a lot of social time.
Right.
You have to sacrifice your social time. So probably that, because I like to talk to people.
Right.
So just sacrificing my social time.
Okay. It is a sacrifice, especially when you play multiple sports. I tell people when they go to college, a college athlete is definitely like a job. So would you consider this kind of like a job? Juggling?
Like a multi-sport?
Studies? Yeah, studies, multiple sports.
It's definitely a lot.
That's definitely a challenge for you, right?
Yeah,
okay. Out of those 2 sports, Cade, what is your favorite sport to play? Do you have one?
I've always loved basketball. I'm probably better at soccer, but basketball is always my favorite.
Okay. Now on the soccer field, you're goalkeeper?
Yes,
goalie?
sir.
Oh, okay. So point guard and goalie. What's your senior season, Cade? What's it meant to you? Senior night was last week, Cumberland County. What's your senior season meant to you so far?
It's been interesting.
Yep.
It was pretty difficult to start out. Like, we didn't even know if we were gonna have a season.
Right.
So we just tried to get work in towards the beginning of the season, just whenever we could.
Right.
Because sometimes we weren't even let in the gym because of all the COVID stuff.
Yep.
So it's just being able to play, practice every week. It's been really fun.
Very nice. Cooper Ruehling brought that up earlier. We spoke with Cooper today. A lot of teams that you're playing right now have played 9 or 10 more games than you. A lot of teams in District 6 AAA. they have 10 more games than you guys. So, like you said, you didn't know you were going to have a season, and then you were off for 4 weeks. So, it's definitely been a challenging year for you.
Yeah, definitely. It's a competitive edge that they have over us, so we just got to work harder.
Okay, very nice. Favorite sport? We've covered that. I'm sorry. Favorite moment at RCHS, on or off the field or court? Do you have one?
I don't think so. I don't know. I like coming to school every day.
Okay.
I mean, not always focused on school, but just like coming and socializing, you know.
Right.
I enjoy the presence of people talking.
Kind of like you said, you like to talk to people.
Yeah.
The social aspect of school, that's a lot of people miss out on that aspect of school. One aspect, I did a story last year with Kade, the Dream Team, LSU. I'm drawing a blank on his real name.
Dakota
Schrum. My apologies, Dakota. His nicknames is LSU and Joe Burrow. He's a huge LSU fan. Kay was part of the Dream Team that helped send him to the playoff game last year. LSU eventually won the national championship. But, yeah, that was a group of friends that you're involved with. So the social aspect of high school, you would say would be your favorite moment?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Okay, very nice. That's very nice. So, Kade, future plans or goals? Do you want to extend your playing career at college or just go to college somewhere?
Right now I'm just thinking going to Chat State,
Okay.
get a 2-year degree, take advantage of the 2 free years.
Very nice.
Probably get a degree in either business or sports broadcasting.
Okay.
But like kind of put myself out there, you know.
Right. Okay. Well, any other words about basketball or soccer or what it means to you to be an Eagle?
Well, basketball's been fun. I hate that it's wrapping up. It's gone way too soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we played what, like 12 games? We were supposed to play like 24 or something.
Right. Yeah.
So that's a bummer. But soccer, hopefully we'll have a good year. Hopefully we'll be able to play the whole year. Because last year it got cut after like 3 games.
Yeah.
We went on our trip to the beach.
Right.
And then that was it. I think that was our first 2 games.
Yeah.
So
Gulf Shores, I believe.
yeah, it was.
Yeah. Well, Kade, I appreciate you joining us today on Courtside. Next up, we'll be talking with Keaton Ray. And we're now joined with Keaton Ray, fellow senior basketball player. Welcome, Keaton. I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Keaton is also a multi-sport athlete at Ray County High School. Keaton also plays baseball. He's a 4-year baseball guy and 2-year basketball player. Keaton in November signed a scholarship, Division I scholarship to Virginia Tech.
Yes,
congrats on that once
Thank you.
again.
Appreciate it.
He's the second Ray County High School baseball player to sign Division I baseball. The first being back in the 90s. So it's been a little span between signees for Division I. What did that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, I didn't even really notice it, and my dad had told me, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," you know. But you know, I don't know. He told me that, and then I was like, "Well, I didn't know that," and I don't know. It's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. I guess the last signing was, when were you born? What year were you born?
2002.
So yeah, it happened 6 years before you were born.
Yeah,
so yeah, you wouldn't have known about it. So congrats on that. Being a multi-sport athlete, Keaton, what is your biggest challenge to juggle 2 sports, especially coming back your senior year playing basketball?
You know, I'd say the work hall, because playing basketball has really shown me like it's pretty tough to play 2 sports. You know, so I mean, the work hall and you know, the social time you give up kind of to work at it and play and practice, you know, in games, you know, I think that's pretty significant. But you know, I don't know, it just comes, I've done it for a while. I played basketball in middle school, of course, but when you get in the routine, it's kind of easy, and you get used to it.
Kind of used to it. Yeah. Keaton, do you, obviously, I'm going to ask this question. I asked the other 3 guys, the other 3 seniors, what is your favorite sport?
I would say baseball. You know, I'll go with baseball.
Definitely. You probably played baseball since you were how old? 2
2 years old.
2 or 3 years old, yeah. So that answered itself. Basically, you signed a scholarship for Virginia Tech. What's your senior season, your senior year? What did it mean to you? Last week was senior night for basketball players. What has it meant to you?
It means a lot to me, you know, being with these guys. It showed me like that we really like each other, you know. And I've had fun this year, and I'm looking forward to next year and this senior season. Hopefully, we get to play baseball. I don't see why we couldn't, but hopefully we get to and have a good season there, and you know, win.
That's coming up soon,
yes,
in March.
Yes, sir.
So we'll be approaching baseball season soon. You'll make that transition. You'll have a couple, 3 weeks break in between as far as seasons.
Yeah.
So you have a little time to get your baseball legs under you, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Favorite moment at Rake County High School, on or off the field or the basketball court? Do you have one?
You know, I wouldn't really say I have a favorite moment. I've enjoyed my time here, but I mean, we played Cookeville my sophomore year, and we beat them 4-3, and they were winning. They were #1 in the district.
Right.
And just the feeling of that, and the guys, you know, we were all hopped up, you know.
Right.
So I remember that game pretty well. But I've enjoyed my time, and I don't necessarily have a favorite, I would think. But, yeah.
Okay. That was that your sophomore year?
Yes.
In high school?
Yes.
Okay. Your sophomore season, beating Cookeville. Okay, very nice. Well, I've asked this question. I think I've already answered it. Future plans or goals. What do you hope to do at Virginia Tech? Do you hope to go in and make an impact early?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't expect anything less, really. I really want to. But, you know, I'm going to major in sports media and analytics.
Okay, okay.
So that's what I find interest in, and we'll just see how it goes.
Very nice. I know you've worked hard all your life to get to that.
Yes, sir.
And you're definitely looking forward to it, like you just said.
Yes, sir.
Well, very nice. Well, thank you, Keaton, for joining us today. Do you have any more words about basketball and what it's been to play for the Eagles?
No, I mean, I've had a great time this year playing for Coach Walker. He's a great guy, and I love playing for him and these guys on the team. You know, I wouldn't take it back for nothing. I don't regret playing at all.
Very nice. You guys seem to really gel together as a team, and I've noticed that. And Coach John Walker and I have talked about that multiple occasions. So, well, very nice. Okay, Keaton, thanks again for joining us, and we greatly appreciate it here on Courtside. I want to thank the fans for watching and following along with us on Courtside. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news, sports, and community updates, follow the Herald News on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications for new videos each week. Thank you to our sponsor, First Bank, for your support of Courtside and our community. If you're looking for a bank that cares about the community, they are located at 1525 Market Street in Dayton, or give them a call at 423-775-1522. First Bank, member FDIC. Thank you, Keaton. I appreciate it once again.
Thank you for having me, sir.
I'm Ernie Harris, and we'll see you next week.